so softly on a half-forgotten coffee cup. The old radio is playing a melody I almost knew. All the words I never told you drift across the midnight blue. Maybe it was summer, maybe it was you. A letter I never sent still whispers in my room. Summer night letter, I send it through the moonlight. May the slow and gentle song find your window tonight. Summer night letter, in the quiet midnight air. Just one little word, I'm alright, it's all I need to hear. The vinyl keeps on turning like memories in the rain. A faded cassette remembers the warmth we couldn't name. Down the narrow evening street, the city lights softly glow. Every season we left behind still follows where I go. Maybe it was love, maybe just a dream. All the lines I couldn't write now flow into this melody. Summer night letter, I send it through the moonlight. May the slow and gentle song find your window tonight. Summer night letter, in the quiet midnight air. Just one little word, I'm alright, it's all I need to hear. If the song should find you on some distant lonely night, smile for just a moment, that would be enough tonight. All the quiet hours turn slowly into stars, and our summer stays forever, like a letter from the heart. Summer night letter, carried by the evening breeze. Every lonely aching memory falls asleep so peacefully. Summer night letter, I send it through the air. A small goodbye, a soft goodnight, until it reaches you somewhere. The old radio fades away, moonlight stays beside the wall, and the summer night becomes a letter in a song.
Tonight this song is for the words I never knew how to send. A quiet story I kept for myself. The city lights are falling asleep. The old radio breathes softly in the dark, like a cold cup of coffee by the window. This is a letter to myself. Tonight I won't blame who I've been. The days I trembled through, the nights I barely made it through. They were all still me. This is a letter to myself, saying it's okay to arrive late. What stays longer than the days I won is the heart that tried not to fall apart. Tonight, this is a song I sent to me. The last train fades into the distance. The early morning wind moves through the street. I wonder where my younger self is now, still waiting for something somewhere. The dreams I lost, the days I hated myself, looking back, they were all pieces of the road that brought me here. The times I only called scars have become quiet stars tonight. The seasons pass faster than I knew, and yes, I was lonely more than I said. But just for making it this far, can I tell myself I did enough? This is a letter to myself. Tonight I won't blame who I've been. The days I trembled through, the nights I barely made it through. They were all still me. This is a letter to myself, saying it's okay to arrive late. What stays longer than the days I won is the heart that tried not to fall apart. Tonight, this is a song I sent to me. I didn't know it back then, but being lost was not the end. Even on nameless nights soaked in rain, I carry myself all the way here. It's alright, you can rest now. It's alright, it's not too late. This is a letter to myself, to the heart that waited for so long. The days no one ever noticed, the tears I swallowed without a sound. Now I will remember them. This is a letter to myself, saying I can't live tomorrow again. By the window where the night wind passes, an old song softly calls my name. Tonight, this is a song I sent to me. The radio slowly fades away, the record spins its final round. If tomorrow's me hears this song, I hope these words will find me. You made it through. You made it through. I took the train to the summer sea, where the wind still sounds like your name. The platform lights were fading blue, just like the evening we walked away. Sand in my shoes, salt in the air, a quiet town we used to know. Every wave that reached the shore brought back a place I couldn't go. I thought the years would wash you out, like footprints vanishing in the tide. But standing here beneath the sky, I feel you walking by my side. Where the summer sea remembers all the dreams we left behind. Your voice returns with every wave, softly drifting through my mind. Where the summer sea remembers, I still search the fading light for the two of us who smiled back then on that shore we lost to time. The seaside road is quiet now, the cafe windows glow the same. I see our shadows in the glass, still laughing through the summer rain. The bench we shared is worn and pale, the old street lamp begins to shine. I almost turn to call your name, like you were never out of mind. I told myself I had moved on, that memories sleep when seasons change. But every breeze from that blue sea still carries pieces of your face. Where the summer sea remembers all the words we never said, they rise and fall like silver waves around the silence in my chest. Where the summer sea remembers, I keep holding one last view of your hand slipping out of mine beneath the sky we both once knew. If I could meet you in that summer before goodbye learned how to stay, I wouldn't ask for forever, I'd only ask you not to fade. Maybe love is not returning, maybe love is letting be, but tonight this lonely shoreline keeps returning you to me. Where the summer sea remembers, I will leave my tears tonight, let them disappear with the tide underneath the moonlit light. Where the summer sea remembers, I won't chase the past again, but if your heart still hears these waves, remember we were beautiful then. Where the summer sea remembers, I'll keep walking through the blue with the sound of that last summer still quietly loving you.
The wind outside is slowly changing. We're sitting at a cafe on the corner. Through the cooling coffee cups, your hand gently rests upon mine. Will it be okay when this moment fades? I keep wishing time would stop between you and me. Your season blooms inside of me, warm like the spring, bright like the summer. Even the days gone by still shine Even the days gone by still shine, because you were there inside that season. I am living in the season called you. Even if winter comes, it's okay, because your warmth is here beside me. No matter how many seasons pass, I always wanna be your spring. Please stay right there, be every season of my life. Your season blooms inside of me, warm like the spring, bright like the summer. Even the days gone by still shine, because you were there inside that season. I wanna live forever in the season called you. Last night the sky lost one of its lights. It vanished quietly without a sound. Everyone told me stars always return, but in my sky that space is still empty. Even pretending I'm fine, you know how large this emptiness really is. When the rain falls, you become clearer, your silhouette. Rain falls where the star once shone, soaking deep into my chest. On a night where missing you feels like a sin, I find myself reaching for you again. Feels like you might come back, so I'm still looking up at the sky. Tonight I'm standing in the same spot, searching for that star out of habit, because what we had was so beautiful. Forgetting feels scarier than the pain. My dreams are slowly fading out. It feels like only sorrow remains. But if this rain finally clears, will I see you again? Rain falls where the star once shone, soaking deep into my chest. On a night where missing you feels like a sin, I find myself reaching for you again. Feels like you might come back, so I'm still looking up at the sky. The darker the night becomes, the brighter I remember you shining. You didn't disappear, you're still carved inside of me. So it's okay to cry just for tonight. It's Rain falls where the star once shone, soaking deep into my chest. On a night where missing you feels like a sin, I find myself reaching for you looking up at the sky.
I knew it from the very start, where all of this was gonna go. Standing at the end of a road with no return, I still reached out and took your hand. It wasn't going to be easy, my heart already knew that well, but somehow I just couldn't stop myself. I guess it was because it was you. I knew it was gonna hurt, and I walked towards you anyway. There's no one else to blame here, only me. Just like I knew we fell apart, just like I knew I broke in two. But if I'm being honest with you, I don't regret a single thing. It hurt, but it was beautiful every moment you were here. Loving you while knowing the end might be the best thing I've ever done. Sometimes I sit and wonder if I could go back to that day, would I do it any different? No, I'd do it all the same. If you were standing right before me, I'd make the same choice all over again. Even knowing how the story ends, if it's you then I'm okay. I could've walked away but I didn't. Whether that was foolish or just love, I'll never know. Just like I knew we fell apart, just like I knew I broke in two. But if I'm being honest with you, I don't regret a single thing. It hurt, but it was beautiful every moment you were here. Loving you while knowing the end might be the best thing I've ever done. I knew from the beginning this could never last, but I jumped in anyway, because you were worth every bit of it. I was afraid of the pain, but what scared me more was a life where I never loved you at all. If that day came around again, if I stood before you once more, could I do it better this time? No, I think I just love you again. Even knowing the ending, even if you are the ending, knowing all of it, I'd still choose you. On the days I feel like nothing at all, the face in the mirror feels like a stranger. Everyone else seems so far ahead, and I feel like I'm standing still. But it's okay to look this way, because this is who I am right now. the smallest things, right here from this place. Even if no one sees it yet, I know in myself that even in this moment I am growing. It's okay if I look small right now. I am moving forward bit by bit. It's okay if I'm not shining yet. One step is enough for today. Someday all of this time will prove who I am. I will not give up, I'll live my own way. When I try to fit into someone else's measure, I lose track of where I even am. So I'll put the comparisons down for now and just focus on who I am today. A little more than yesterday, that's more than enough. When the small changes start to stack up, I'll look back and see how far I've come. Even if they say I have a long way to go, I'm okay with that, as long as the direction is right. The pace doesn't matter. It's okay if I look small right now. I'm moving forward bit by bit. It's okay if I'm not shining yet. One step is enough for today. Someday all of this time will prove who I am. I will not give up, I'll live my own way. It's okay if I fall, I can always get back up. No matter how others see me, I'm walking my own road. I'm not finished yet, and that's what makes it beautiful. This process right now is everything I am. It's okay if I look small right now. I'm moving forward bit by bit. Oh, it's okay if I'm not shining yet. One step is enough for today. Someday all of this time will prove who I am. I won't stop, I will prove it as myself. I've been carving myself down for so long, making myself smaller just to fit through. In the place where all the pieces fell away, I don't even know what's left of me now. There were warm things once upon a time, laughter around a dinner table. The things I left behind keep coming back, no matter how hard I try to erase them. When I close my eyes I hear it, a voice telling me to keep going. Don't you dare stop now. It's calling out my name. To the place where all the rivers meet, where everything finally arrives. If I could stand there just once. It's okay to cry until I break. It's okay to laugh. If I could end this long journey just like that. Waking up in unfamiliar places has just become another ordinary day. The small desires I used to carry, I've been setting them down one by one. Being forgotten was what scared me most, disappearing without a trace. But lately, more than that, I just wanna know who I really am. The heavier each day becomes, the more I feel like I'm searching. Even the sorrow, even the loneliness was pointing back at me all along. To the place where all the rivers meet, where everything finally arrives. If I could stand there just once. It's okay to cry until I break. It's okay to laugh. If I could end this long journey just like that. Nobody ever told me who I was supposed to be. Nobody ever taught me that I had to find it myself. That's why I was so afraid. That's why I made myself so small. But I think I understand it now. That was the reason for the journey all along. To the place where all the rivers meet, where everything finally arrives. If I could stand there just once. It's okay to cry until I break. It's okay to laugh on the day I finally meet myself. I wanna end this long journey just like that. You always look like summer to me, walking in with sunlight in your smile. I stood alone where the shade began, watching your days from far away. The wind brushed over your white shirt, your hair moved softly like the waves. I looked up at the same blue sky and swallowed your name like a secret. All the words I never said hid behind the cicada's song, never reaching where you were. They faded with the season. Your summer was shining so bright. My summer was watching you from afar. If I had taken one more step, maybe everything would have changed. But your smile was too beautiful, so I could never say a word. In the middle of your summer, I was only a quiet breeze. At the small bus stop in the rain, you were smiling with wet shoulders. I wanted to hand you my umbrella, but my hands were shaking in my pockets. The day I saw someone by your side, I learned that summer could feel cold even when the traffic lights changed. I stayed right where I was. Maybe loving you from afar was the only love I knew. More than saying I love you, I just wanted to see you smile. Your summer was shining with Your summer is still shining somewhere. My summer still follows that light. Even if my heart never reached you, I'll believe it didn't disappear. All the days I spent loving you have become a song inside of me. Beyond the far end of your summer, I will remember you for a long time. Your summer was beautiful, and my summer was you.
I close the curtains before the dawn, so morning cannot find my room. The world outside keeps moving on, but I am still somewhere with you. Your voice is waiting in my dreams, soft as rain on a summer night. So I keep my eyes from opening, afraid to lose you with the light. They say time will carry me, but time has never held my hand. Only sleep can take me back to the place where you still stand. When I sleep, I see you smiling under the pale blue moon, in a world that never took you, in a night that ends too soon. I know the dark will steal you, like waves pulling from the shore. So I turn away from morning, just to love you once more. There's a cup beside the window, cold from wading through the night, and the song we used to listen to still trembles in the quiet. I tell myself you're far away, past the clouds, beyond the sea, but every time I fall asleep, you come walking back to me. If dreams are only borrowed skies, then let me stay beneath their rain, for there your hand still reaches mine, and I forget the shape of pain. When I sleep, I see you calling me with gentle eyes, in a town of endless summer, where no one ever says goodbye. I know the dawn will take you, like a song fading from the air. So I hide inside the midnight, just to meet you waiting there. But if you saw me from that place, would you ask me not to break? Would you say live one more day and bring me stories when you wake? Maybe love is not to follow where the vanished footsteps go. Maybe love is carrying you through the mornings I don't know. When I sleep, I see you, still as beautiful as before. But I learned to face the morning, even if it hurts once more. I will keep bring me back to you.
I first met you after the rain on a quiet afternoon. You smiled without a single word and softly entered my world. Instead of long hellos, we crossed the seasons with our eyes. With trembling hands and little signs, we learned what hearts can hide. They say love needs a voice to be understood, but we found each other in the silence where we stood. Silent love, still the loudest thing I know. When you look into my eyes, my lonely heart begins to glow. All the words we couldn't say, all the names we couldn't call, stayed between our gentle hands and became a light for us. Silent love, a feeling only we can hear. In a crowd that moved too fast, we were always moving slow. But you waited for my steps, and I smiled beside you. By the cafe window at dusk, we wrote our hearts on paper. Even one small sentence from you stayed with me for a long, long time. When your hand touched mine, so carefully, so warm, a promise deeper than any word quietly began to bloom. Silent love, still it reaches far and wide. When you smile a little for me, my whole world fills with light. More than words we never spoke, more than voices we never knew. Every glance we never lost became a language made for two. Silent love, a feeling only we can read. On the day my heart was full and tears fell before I knew, you held me without asking why, like the sky was holding blue. That was when I understood love is not always a sound. It is warmth that never leaves. It is someone staying around. Silent love, now I'm not afraid at all. Even if the world can't hear, we know the meaning of it all. Though I cannot call your name, my whole life turns toward you. Slowly, softly, endlessly, it says, I love you. Silent love, our promise written in the stars. It's okay if words don't come. It's okay if voices fade. Walking with your hand in mine is the most beautiful song I've ever made. nothing in our pockets, just a few old coins and tired hands. The city lights were far above us, like stars we could never understand. No warm room waiting for tomorrow, no promise written in the sky. Only two shadows by the station, trying not to say goodbye. I couldn't give you diamonds, you couldn't give me dreams. But when you held that paper cup, you smiled like you had everything. A cup of vending machine coffee, steam rising in the winter air. You and I were laughing softly, like billionaires without a care. If I have only you beside me, if you have only me to hold, even at the bottom of this life, we are richer than against a freezing bench. The last train left without our names. We shared one coat against the weather and waited for the night to ease the pain. People passed with shining futures, headlights fell like silver rain. But your hand was warm inside mine, and suddenly I felt no shame. Maybe love is not a palace, maybe love is not a crown. Maybe love is one small coffee when everything is falling down. A cup of vending machine coffee, bittersweet and burning low. You said this is enough for me, and I wanted to believe it so. If I have only you beside me, if you have only me to hold, even in the coldest alley, we can make a place called home. Let the rich count all their money, let the world keep chasing gold. We have one laugh in the alley, and a love that won't be sold. If tomorrow brings no answer, if the road stays cracked and long, I will walk it with you slowly, turning hunger into song. A cup of vending machine coffee held between our frozen hands. There was nothing we could offer, but somehow we could understand. If I have only you beside me, if you have only me to hold, even with no roof above us, our hearts will never be alone. Life, we still smiled like kings again. Promise me forever underneath the fading summer sky. With trembling hands together, we believe we'd never say goodbye. You You said wherever life may take us, I will never leave your side. But the seasons turned against us, and the light fell from your eyes. I wanted to be angry, I wanted to ask you why you broke the vow we whispered on the night you held me tight. But I saw your smile grow weaker, saw you hiding all your pain, and I knew you didn't leave me, you were taken by the rain. You promised me forever, but forever ended too soon. Now I'm standing in the silence, talking to the lonely moon. You left before the morning, before our dreams could all come true. But the promise that you gave me still keeps breathing here with you. You promised me forever, and I still believe you do. Your pillow kept your fragrance long after you were gone. The room forgot your footsteps, but my heart kept holding on. I found the letters you had written for the days you wouldn't see. Every line was full of sorrow, every word was loving me. You must have been so lonely, smiling through your fading days, leaving me small pieces so I wouldn't lose my way. I was crying for the future that we never got to share, but you loved me through the ending, like you were still standing there. You promised me forever, but forever lost its name. Now the rain against the window sounds like you're calling me again. You left before the sunrise, before I learned to let you go. But the love you couldn't finish still becomes the light I know. You promised me forever, and forever still echoes. If I could meet you once again, in a dream beyond the pain, I wouldn't ask you why you left, I wouldn't make you stay. I'd only hold your tired hands and tell you it's alright. You kept your promise in your heart until your final night. You promised me forever, so I'll carry it for two. Through the years you couldn't walk, through the skies you never knew. I will live the days you wanted, I will smile when I can breathe. And when my road is over, you'll be waiting there for me. You promised me forever, and love did not disappear. You only walked ahead of me, I'm still following from here. Underneath the same old stars, I whisper through my tears. You didn't break forever, you left it with me here.
Left me with nothing but scars. Even your last goodbye was cold. The days I believed were love still cut like glass beneath my soul. I walk these streets pretending I'm fine, but the wind keeps bringing back your name. Every time I try to smile, something inside me breaks again. I thought if I said I forgot you, maybe Maybe someday it would be true, but every corner of this world still finds a way to look like you. Everywhere I go, you're there, and everything I taste, you return. At the end of the streets we walked, in the cafe where our memories burn, you remain like a tattoo. The more I erase, the clearer you stay. You left me only with pain, so why are you still alive in me? When the song you loved begins to play, I stop like someone lost in time. Even at a table by the window, your laughing face comes back to mine. This is the road where we used to fight. That is the light from the night you cried. The beautiful and painful memories follow me with no place to hide. I thought hating you would end it. I thought dry tears would set me free. But the heart is such a strange thing. Painful names stay endlessly. Everywhere I go, you're there. In everything I taste, you return. The first movie I watched without you, the cold coffee I drank alone, you remain like a tattoo. The more I cover, the deeper you sink. You left me only with pain, so why can't I erase you from me? Will the mark you left behind ever fade with passing time? Will my days grow back again over the places where you hurt me? The love has already ended, but the memories don't know how. You are gone from my life, but I am still living there somehow. Everywhere I go, you're there. In everything I taste, you return. Even when seasons change, even when strangers pass me by, you remain like a tattoo, coloring me with aching shades. You left me only with scars, but once you were everything I had. I won't keep trying to erase you. You are my wound and my faded love. Inside these tattooed memories, I'll slowly find myself again. This melody tonight, for the silent words I couldn't speak, gently holding me close, a story written to the reflection of myself. City lights fade out one by one, an old radio breathes a faint trembling hum, like a cup of coffee growing cold by the window. My heart feels adrift, floating so far away. Dusty memories quietly unfold. Seasons I thought forgotten start to bleed back in. Though I wore a forced smile and said I was fine, just for tonight, please hold me close. Running so fast on a path with no signs. Somewhere along the way my shadow lost its stride. I thought I knew myself better than anyone, yet I forgot how to hold my own hand. This is a song of the late night, a letter to my exhausted soul. Those trembling fragile days, the lonely dawn distant sound of the last train fades away. A cool dawn breeze brushes through the alleyway. If the young child I left behind is out there, are they still waiting for the sunset to arrive? The shattered pieces of dreams I let slip, the bitter nights spent hating who I was. Looking back, they all gathered together to become the soil that bloomed who I am now. The painful times I used to call scars, tonight they shine as quiet stars in the sky. The clock moves faster than I ever thought, leaving a faint trace of loneliness behind. But to myself who made it through this winter, can I finally say, you did well, thank you. This is a song of the late night, a letter to my exhausted soul. Those trembling, fragile days, the lonely dawns endured on the edge, realizing every broken piece was me. This is a song of the late night, whispering it's okay to walk slow. More than the moments I almost fell, the spark that tried to rise again remains. Tonight, a song that gives me strength. I didn't know back then in the thick fog, but even the wandering steps were not the end. Walking through the nameless pouring rain, the one who brought me all the way here was me. It's okay, you can rest for a moment. It's okay, it's not too late yet. This is a song of the late night to my heart that has waited so long. The lonely days that nobody ever noticed, even the tears swallowed down in silence. Now I will hold them all in my warmth. This is a song of the late night for the me who will walk again tomorrow. Through the dawn breeze brushing past the window, an old melody softly calls out my name. Tonight, a song that gives me strength. The radio static quietly fades away, the final note melts slowly into the air. If tomorrow's me listens to this melody, I hope this voice wraps around me like a blanket. You did well, you endured it all. You did well, let's rise again.